G'day and welcome to a Down Under Yarn. Today is Sunday, the 31st of March 2013. It is Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to those people who celebrate Easter. Passover, I believe, is around this time. I'm sorry for my ignorance if it's this week or if it was last week. I haven't actually seen a lot of posts. I have some Jewish Facebook friends and they haven't been posting their food pictures, so I'm assuming it might actually be this week, I don't know. Or still to come. Happy spring to those in spring, happy autumn to those in autumn, happy equinox to those who celebrate equinoxes. Happy full moon. Happy. I am Fiona, your host, also known as Fifykins. I am Fifykins on Ravelry, Twitter, Instagram, Flickr, etc. Today you are coming to me from my backyard. Mabel has just mown the lawns and I love fresh mown lawn, fresh mown grass, so I decided to come and sit down here in front of my veggie beds and bring the show to you from here. So you can probably see behind me, in this bed here it's pretty bare at the moment. I do have a pineapple in there. It's a pineapple. Pineapples take a while to grow. Eventually a pineapple will shoot up through the middle and fruit. In here I have sweet potatoes that are going absolutely wild at the moment. Mabel's just mown over a whole lot of them. You can see here there's some daggy ends. That is lemongrass there, and that is turmeric. That is pretty much about all I have in. If I swing around this way, you can probably see in my third bed there, I have basil, and then over the back there that's my coffee tree, which has seen better days, and that's the house next door. I have mentioned before, in Queensland, we live in a Queenslander. It's not very nice. Oh, Mabel's up there upstairs. That's the deck where I usually record. That's my house up on stilts. I've got my mop hanging up. Mabel just waved. I hope that's not too bad. Wasn't too jilted. I have you perched on my laptop on top of my blocking tub. I have a tub that I usually fill up with water to block things in, because I found that if I put them in the sink, someone will come along and try and get a glass of water, and the bathroom isn't usually big enough and the laundry is just too messy. So this is what it is. Welcome. Did I welcome you? I can't remember. Today is Sunday and I'm as I said, happy at the start. I'm trying to feel happy. I had a bit of a rough week. Lots of things just got to me, and there was a culmination of 3 or 4 things that probably by themselves wouldn't have been enough to cause anxiety, but combined just set me off, and Friday wasn't a good Friday for me, let's just say. So the week that was, I got an email from the kid's dad on Tuesday saying that next Wednesday, which is 8 days from when he sent the email, he is moving interstate. He says it's for several months, so I don't know what that means. He has taken a position down there. He's been not working now for several years. He has taken a position down there, a locum position, and the way I'm trying to work out. My kid's dad is a priest. He's an Anglican priest. I was for many years the wife of a priest. I had the opposite to a road to Damascus experience, where I didn't see the light, didn't see the dark. I realised that I didn't actually have any faith, and what I had believed in was a social aspect of church. That was quite a few years ago now, after my marriage ended. I don't have a lot of time for the church. I have time for very good people, good Christian people, and some of my best friends are Christian, I think is probably a nice way of saying it. And I don't go out of my way to denigrate their beliefs. I don't go out of my way to convert them, for what it's worth. I try and live a good life myself, and I believe that's all we can encourage people to do. So in some ways I also then find major Christian holidays like Easter a difficult time, and Easter is also a difficult time for me. 2 weeks' time, On the 14th of April, it will be 23 years since my father died. And he died very suddenly on Easter Eve, Easter Saturday, when I was 17 and in my last year of high school. He went out scuba diving and didn't resurface. He drowned. So Easter is a very emotional time anyway, and I have to learn that, and I forget it every year. I don't know what's going to make me remember that it's a challenging time, but it is what it is. So the kid's dad's going down. He's a priest. He's going down to do a locum and has worked out arrangements to see that he won't get paid because he'll live in the house down there, so that he can keep all his government benefits and doesn't have to pay me child support. I find that challenging. I find it hard to justify. But I don't want to put my beliefs and my values onto other people. And I think there's nothing worse than looking at people and saying, because they're so-called Christian people, they need to live what my ideal is of a good lifestyle. So I can't do that. It is what it is. I can only do what I can. I will go and see the Child Support Agency and see what they have to say. My belief is that if it was any other profession, it would be illegal to say that someone's going to do some work for us and not going to get paid because they're going to have a house and get an allowance which won't be taxed. But apparently the church does that, and they do it a lot for retired clergy. Yeah, whether or not it's right, it is what it is. So that threw me into a bit of a spin. He sent me a couple of emails that, I actually haven't replied. I am going to reply to some of the text, but I'm not going to bite back. So yeah, sorry, that was one thing. Then 3 Irish girls decided that she was going to restructure her business, and I've been a club member for almost 2 years. Well, no, I've been knitting almost 2 years, and it was the first club I joined after I'd been knitting for a couple of months. So definitely 18 months, perhaps a bit longer. And yeah, I think the shockwaves that it sent around the Ravelry boards and the emotion that flowed from that was quite... I felt at times I was caught up in it, and I didn't need to be caught up in it. I was allowed to have my views. I was entitled to my views. My view is that Sharon's able to do whatever she likes, and I wish her well in everything she does. I just wish we had more than 6 days' notice that this was happening. That's my view. But it saves me from having to work out if there are any clubs that I need to cut back on now that I'm not working. So that saves that. Now, I'm sorry about all these shadows, but the light is actually coming through straight from there. Probably could... Let me pause. I'm going to move down a bit and see if that helps. There we go. That is much better. I have blocked out the sun. I've got the gazebo straight ahead of me. I didn't go the other way when I was doing my yard tour. So this is quite disjointed, but there's my sweet potatoes where I've put myself down from. It's the house behind us. We're on a corner block, so I get a house that way and that way. And that there, can you see it? Yep, that's our gazebo, which I just love. It's being used as a storage shed. I have a garden gnome. There we are. Who's waving? In his sexy boot toppers on his shoes. And here we are back again. Hopefully that wasn't too disjointed, too wibbly wobbly. Yes, so now I've cut out the light because it's gone down enough. It's 5:11 here. So I'm able to do that. So the week that was, Mimel had the week off. So we had some lovely time together during the day, often just hanging together. I would be knitting, perhaps on a VK, and he'd be on his computer. But every so often being able to just throw things off each other, which is always really lovely. The kids broke up on Thursday for their school holidays. They have 2 weeks holiday now. School, well, actually Jasper gets a bit more than that because they broke up on Thursday. Friday was Good Friday, which is a holiday. And then the first Monday back is a people free day, teacher in service day. So they go back on the Tuesday. That'll be the Tuesday, the 16th, I believe, of April. So it gets a little bit extra time, a little bit of extra time off, which is nice. And we had our Japanese homestay student who also left on Thursday morning. It was 10 days, and in the end it was probably about 5 days too long. She was lovely, don't get me wrong, really lovely, but had very limited English, and I hadn't set things up properly. I think next time I definitely want to do some renovations here, and we have a room downstairs that I call a dungeon that is only accessible from outside the house. I'd like to give it internal access and actually move my bedroom down there, which would mean installing an air conditioner down there. It is such a large room that it would be large enough for a bedroom come craft room, which is what I really want, which would be just absolutely amazing if I can get that done. So that is sometime on the agenda. I've got no idea when that's going to happen, but if I do that, it means that I've got an extra room upstairs that I can turn into a guest bedroom. It is sort of a guest bedroom down there, but at the moment it's just got too much junk in it. I can't put guests in there. Plus there's no air conditioning and no ceiling fans. I think I've got a pedestal fan down there, which means that it does get quite humid down there and can be quite uncomfortable, especially for people from out of town. Now, administrati. Hey, Mima, would you say administratia or administrati? Yeah? Whatever. Okay. Yep. Our knit-along is going on. We have our Knit-a-Hug knit-along for the months of March and April. That's going along until the end of the month. And I will be closing that the day before I draw in May. Administrativa. Ah, Tiva. Oh, there you go. They've got a new one. Administrativa. Okay. That will be closing, so the first Saturday in May I will close that. And that is for you to knit a hug for someone for whom Mother's Day is going to be difficult this year. So when I get to my works in progress, I'll be able to show you what I am working on for my knit a hug at the moment. We also have our Knit Spin Farm Bag and Market giveaway. I think my next door neighbour thinks I'm a bit crazy, but he's always thought that, so it's okay. This is the amazing bag that has been handcrafted by Joanna Spring of Knit Spin Farm. And these are the stitch markers, which are little capsicums, little peppers in there. Looks like a pea of some description. And if you notice on the Ravelry board, there is a thread open for you to say which pattern and link which pattern you would store in the bag and then who you would like the stitch markers given to. And if your name is drawn, I will contact you and say congratulations, you've won, and I will also contact the person you nominated and they will get the stitch markers. So I think that's pretty cool. There's not many entries in there at the moment, so there's a good chance you're going to win, so just get on over there and enter. It will be drawn next Sunday, so you've got until sort of Saturday-ish. I'll cut it off just before I record, and that actually won't be till later next Sunday. I've got something on all day, so it might even be Monday, so you might even get an extra day in there. But that's Australian time, so if you want it for America, you've got to cut that back a day before, or half a day before for Europe. Now, I think we can probably get on to some knitting. I have 3 finished objects. I have my Daybreak shawl, which is my first finished object. Hey, Ninja. Oh, you don't want to go that side. If you want to come around this side, you can say hello. Come over here. Ninja. Here's Ninja. Ninja, other way. Wrong way. There you go. No, over here. Come on. Say hello to people. Yeah. Look. Say hello. Just a minute. Off my shawl. Ninja. Over here. Look. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. Poor Ninja has not been for a walk all week because Ninja's in season. When we got Ninja, we knew she hadn't been desexed, but I wasn't prepared for her to go in season just yet. Anyway, this is my Daybreak shawl, all finished. It is just lovely. I absolutely adore it. Yes, I probably had enough yarn to make a few more stripes on there, but I think I had enough of the stripes towards the end as well. I'd actually had enough of the pearlback rows. That was the thing that really just at the end. So this is knit on 3.5mm needles, which are US 4s. I used the Addy long lace needles for this and did not like it at all. Sorry about all that. I have, so I've got 2 other sets of knit pros, but I know they're both in other projects. And yeah, anyway, so it is Cascade Heritage Silk in the charcoal colourway, which does have a number, which is on my project page, which blocks up just so beautifully. And the Wisdom Yarns Poem Sock, which is the multicoloured colourway, long striping repeats. I love it. I put a photo on Facebook and had some fantastic comments. My blocking was not the best. I possibly will block it again sometime when I blocked it when we had the student here and the table was being used, so I couldn't really block on there, and it just wasn't that good evening that night. I think that was the night the cat went in and peed on her bed as well, which just, when you're having a bad week and then stuff like that happens. But as you can see, it drapes beautifully over my shoulders. I think with a pin or something it would just close very nicely. I can, if I wanted to, do that, but I'm not that keen on tying knots in shawls. Over the back, people thought it was a cape that I knitted when I put the photo up on Facebook. So yeah, so very pleased with this, and at the moment it's for me, but you never know, things can change. So yeah, you can probably see when I fold it in half, it's not exactly even. The only change I made on this was I did a yarn over. I did a yarn over at the start of each row in between the first 2 stitches and then dropped it on the way back. I started off doing it every row. That got very loose, so by the time I got to the stripe section I did it that way, and that seemed to work quite well. A lot of people had recommended that. Yeah, it's really squishy and soft and really lovely. My second finished object is the socks for my mum. So here we are. These are the Mabel Socks by Sadie Bellegarde, or Sadie Ruin, who is Blue Ruin on Ravelry We Shoot Stars on Plug. And I should know that because she's at the end of each podcast. And fantastic pattern. These are the belated birthday socks for my mum now. Mum arrives tomorrow, so I will be able to give them to her. And yes, you may notice they are not on my ghetto sock blockers. I have an amazing angel, Becca, who is Keen Ribbit. We did a bit of a swap. I sent her some wool knives and she sent me some sock blockers and some yarn, which I'll get to in acquisitions. But I can't believe how fantastic they are, and they're just perfect for these socks. You can see, if I lean forward, hopefully I can cover my cleavage so you're not looking straight down my top. There's the beautiful ribbed section there, which goes down the foot into a point and into the toe. Lovely, lovely pattern. It's the Soft Like Kittens staple sock, which is a discontinued base. Fantastic yarn, and I love the colour. It's the weathered denim colourway. Fantastic. I have ordered some other sock yarn from Soft Like Kittens, which should be here soon, to knit some socks. Remember I knit those socks for Mabel and I said they were really big? Yeah, well, I've ordered some more to knit some socks for his father. So I'm hoping that his father doesn't have as big a foot, or if he does, hey, it is what it is. So there you go. That is that. Now, I have a bit to splice in here for my third finished object because it was a gift that I gave to someone last night. So here you go. Hey, I just wanted to put this little bit in to show the mitts that I've knitted that I'm giving away as a birthday present tonight. So here they are. These are the autumnal mitts. I didn't look who the designer was, and I'm really sorry. Joe Bangles. That's it, Joe Bangles. I'm pretty sure that's, well, it's not Joe Bangles. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Fantastic quick knit. This is a DK yarn. It is Grignasco Knit Springfield Vintage, which is 50% new wool merino fine, 50% cotton, which is really, really good for tropics. This is going to a friend of mine who's turned 50 yesterday, but she's having a party tonight, and she works out at the university as a lecturer, and I know that the air conditioning out there gets really cold. I'm putting them on even though my arms are much thicker than hers, so it'll be a different thing. that's what they look like on. I did one less repeat down here, only because I wasn't sure how much yarn I had, and I think I'm probably lucky I did. Yeah, there's stockinette on the back. I did alter the thumb gusset a bit, not the gusset itself, but the thumb itself, in that it said to just knit the thumb and then seam it. Well, I'm not really into seaming, so I picked up 4 stitches in the hand part, and they gave the option of knitting 5 rows of stockinette. Sorry, it's a free pattern, so I'm not giving anything away here. 5 rows of stockinette or 2 rows. I ended up knitting 3. The row that I picked everything up with and picked up the extra stitches. Then I knit 2 extra rows, and on each row decreased twice at the end, at either end. So there was a knit 2 together one side and a slip knit the other side. And it's left it pretty. Look, there's tiny little holes, but not really noticeable things. Yeah, overall, I started these last night, cast them on probably about 9 or 10ish, and went to bed at midnight, and I had finished the first thumb gusset. Then this morning we went out to brunch, and over brunch I finished the first mitt without the thumb, of course, and got some interesting comments and interesting looks. Then have knit the second one this afternoon. So not really. It's a quick knit. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. Something would be great for a last minute present, and something to use up 50 grams of DK if you have any in your stash. I was given this by the gorgeous Susie, and I'm almost sad that I'm using it to give away now, because they are beautiful, but I'm hoping to get some or something similar for myself, because it is a fantastic pattern. I really, really like it. My first time knitting mitts. I did follow some other people's suggestions. I didn't use a smaller needle at the top here, but I just did a normal bind off. You know, you knit 2, then pass 1 over, and didn't do that with a bigger needle or anything. So it is tight. I can't see it sort of stretching. So I thought there's nothing worse than it really stretching. Yeah, but wanted to put these in as an FO, and now I'm off to wash my hair. So hopefully I'll look better tomorrow on the podcast. And yeah, there's this bit anyway. So autumnal mitts, check them out. So yeah, so they were the mittens, and I gave them last night to Mirena, my friend, and she was over the moon. As soon as she felt them, she goes, "Oh, I think this is something. Oh my gosh, I think this is special. I know this is special." And she ripped them open, and she just went, "Oh," and she put them on, and she wore them for ages. And then I said, "You must be getting warm." She goes, "Oh, it's good, it's lovely, they're fantastic." Oh, yeah, she made them, and everyone who turned up at the party goes, "Look, she made them." So it's always lovely to have your goods so well received. So that is that. Works in progress. Now, here we go. In my Joanna Spring elephant bag, I have my Knit a Hug, which I cast on last night after the party. I'm not a big drinker, so I didn't actually have anything to drink last night, so I was pretty sober when I cast this on. But I suspect even if I wasn't, it wouldn't have mattered, because it's a really lovely, easy pattern. This is the Age of Brass and Steam kerchief pattern, and I keep forgetting to look up who the authors are of these patterns, and I'm really, really sorry, because I know the Mabel Socks and I know the Daybreak with Stephen West. This one, I have my iPad down here. And I'm looking for here. It's by Orange Flower. So, sorry, there we are. So I cast it on last night, did up to the first riveting row. Today I've done the second one, and there's one more section to go before the third lot of rivets. You can see at the moment it's sort of stretching out quite a bit. It's almost tip to tip. This is a 40-inch needle. Now I'm using my 80 long lace on this, and they're fine, not an issue at all. I suspect with the smaller needles it was an issue moving the stitches up. This size, this is 5mm, which is US 8s, I believe. I wrote it down. No, I didn't write it down. Anyway, oh yes, US 8, 5mm needles. Yeah, not a problem at all, loving it. Perfect needles for this, and really good for the yarn. This is a Yarn vs Zombies yarn. It is the Tails 8-ply, in the Lifeblood colourway. Now, that's probably not a good representation. That's looking quite orange. It's more a bright, vibrant blood red, and it is just gorgeous. Kiki does an amazing job with her dyes, and it just comes through beautifully on here. This is the hug from my former colleague who had a baby die in utero last year who was born sleeping. And I know for her Mother's Day this year is going to be particularly challenging. On Mother's Day last year she found out she was pregnant and was selling people. So I think it really, looking forward to getting this done. It's a very quick knit. Probably I have quite a bit of yarn left. I know the next section will take up a fair bit, but I will see how much I've got. Might extend the stockinette section a wee bit, by a few rows, or else do a bit more of a border. I'm not sure yet. I'll play that by ear when I get to it. It's a free pattern on Ravelry, so I can do what I like. That is my main work in progress. But I'll go into acquisitions before I go to upcoming knits, I think, because upcoming knits talks about my other disaster from the week. And if you look on Instagram, I think I shared it on Twitter, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. My acquisitions. I have lovely Becca sent me a parcel and I kept it in the envelope. And in it, she included 2 balls of Knit Picks Felici in the Sugared Violets colourway, which is a really, really pretty colourway of purples and pinks and mauve in there. Mauve. That's the word I'm looking for. So I have 2 balls of that. So I'm really looking for its fingering weight to trying that out. The other one she sent me was the Lorna's Laces Soulmate. And this is in the Lakeview, colour 504. This has the Outlast in it, which is meant to help regulate temperatures. So I'm looking forward to knitting up a pair of socks. Beautiful colours in that as well. Purples and blues and greens and aquas. Just gorgeous. And the other thing she sent me was a set of Chagu needles. These are 2.5mm, which I use for my socks with a really long cord. I'm really liking the look of the cord. I can see why people go mad about them because they seem really good. So I have another pair of socks on the needles that I haven't worked on for months that I'm going to work on now, and they're on 2.25mm needles. So I will get those done, then put probably 2 at a time socks on here and try that. I need to get some more stripies done, although I'm going to do some mix with some stripes up in there. My other acquisitions were from Bendigo Woolen Mills. Now they sent out a new shade card, which I did need to bring down but haven't. A shade card's a shade card. If you are in Australia and haven't got your shade card or have never received one, contact Bendigo Woolen Mills because they are fantastic. It is fantastic workhorse yarn. I ordered their 200 gram balls, so pretty big. I'd say they were rockmelon size, cantaloupe size. This is the luxury base in cream, 8-ply. It's knit baby hat. So I needed to get that. And the other one I got 3 balls of the rustic, which is a 12-ply. It's not a super wash, but I hand wash my woolens on the whole anyway. And 12-ply, you say, live in the tropics, why are you getting 12-ply? This is to knit the lighthouse keeper's wife cardigans. So they call it a summer cardigan. It's really a loose gauge on it. I think it calls for 8 or 10mm needles. So that's what I am going to do. This is in the blue-grey colourway, which is a really pretty colour. And hopefully I'll get that cast on sometime soon. So they were my little acquisitions this week. I have some more Bendigo yarn arriving. I got their colourway, the new shade card, and decided to order quite a bit of their 8-ply. Now their 8-ply is probably a light worsted weight, and I ordered a whole lot of different colours, mainly the softies. I thought that would be a good idea. I can hear Ninja complaining somewhere, but she's not locked anywhere, so I don't know why. Upcoming knit-alongs. This is where my thing. I had a chat with Megan from Stockinette Zombies and Kiki from Yarn vs Zombies, and with Knitting Amy K during the week on Twitter about what we were going to do for our next knit-along. And we decided we were going to do the begonia shawl. And I thought, I've got the perfect yarn. I have merino cashmere from Skein. that I won last year as part of the Stephen West knit along for the Daybreak shawl. Not the Daybreak shawl, the Rockefeller. And I chose a beautiful yarn and a beautiful colour. And I put that out, took some photos of it, and balled it up, and left it on the table on the deck on Thursday night. Now, I didn't think it was close to the edge, but it may have been. I also left my sock for my mum, the Mabel sock, which I had done down to the end of the cabling. I only had, tiny bit of the foot and the toe decreases to go. I left that up there. I came out Friday morning. I didn't have a big sleep in, and there was yarn everywhere. The dog decided she had beautiful taste in yarn. The first thing I saw was the sock lying there. The needles which I was using, my Knit Pro Harmonies, somewhere being ingested, I would think. Although there was one that was hanging still inside the stitches, and then a cable was inside the other lot. Yeah. I was able to salvage 2 balls that I was able to unknot. Memo was really proactive about it with me, and he says, "Look, you're going to have to do some cutting. What are you going to cut?" And I said, "I don't want to cut the skein. It's really special to me." He says, "Well, can you cut the sock yarn? Can you join that?" So Ninja had nibbled through it, I think a yard or so after where it was. So I knew I'd have to do one join. So I got these 2 balls and thought that will definitely be enough. In the end, I have that much left of the ball that I used, so I didn't have to join any more. The rest of this is mainly tiny little pieces, so I just kept it to show you. It is, I'm going to keep the 2 little bits I have there, probably enough to do a square on a soft yarn blanket I'm planning on casting on at some stage. My Merino cashmere silk probably did not fare as well in that. Here it is. Here's my beautiful cake. That is the middle of it. That's still there. That is the bit I think that was around the middle of it. And there's other bits in there too. She's got good taste in yarn. I'm meant to be casting this on tomorrow. I'm thinking tonight I will sit down and methodically detangle it. I don't think she wound it round and round and round things. I don't know. If I have to break it, I have to break it. The good thing about it, it's not superwash, so I can split slice it. I've got to try and positively reframe it. I was so angry with the dog, and as Mabel said to me on Friday afternoon, she's forgotten all about it. And I know that I left it there and all that. It's just very frustrating. So yeah, I'll know in future not to do that. So that was my final thing. That just Friday. From that point on was just, I have the Stockinette Zombies Marigold Gem colourways, the Apple of Megan's Eye and the Amy's Punky Plum. I was going to do a Karina Spencer pattern captain with that. And I've looked at it and I don't know. It's just, I remember back to when the Knit Girls, Leslie knit it, and the Knit Girls, and said it wasn't really for a big girl. It didn't suit her, it wasn't big enough. So now I'm wondering, I think I'll leave that. So I've got those 2 skeins. The other pattern I bought last year, sorry, my foot's going to slip here, that I haven't used yet is the striped satin shawl. So I'm thinking I might cast that on for a bit of gartery goodness. I mentioned last week that I had the yarn. I got the Cascade Heritage Silk for the colour affection, and I wasn't too keen on the red. Oh, absolutely amazing. Now Melissa, who is Milktrand Designs, knows. The name's gone. I'm hopeless today. Sorry. I keep wanting to say Sarah, but it's not Sarah. I keep wanting to say Steph, but it's not Steph. Anyway, I'm going to link this in the show notes, and just say I'm getting old, my brain's going. But she's a dyer, an indie dyer, and Melissa said, look, she's got a merino silk cashmere which you could possibly use. And I said, okay, and she contacted her. It's bugging me, you can see it's bugging me. Anyway, and she said, yeah, she's actually got a watermelon colourway that she does, and I thought, that's fantastic. And then Melissa contacted her and said, she's using Cascade Heritage Silk. Would you be able to get some and dye some? So she's actually picked some up for me and is dyeing it up. How good is that? You can see, I'm going to pause this, I'm going to find it out because it's annoying me. Okay, we're back again. It is the Sassy Sheep. How could I forget the Sassy Sheep? So Sassy of the Sassy Sheep is dyeing me up some watermelon coloured yarn. So I'm really excited. I know that Briar and Hayley, who I VKN with, have been knitting their colour affections this week, and they're both flying along. And I'm thinking, this may be a project for our holiday in June. So that is coming up as well. I have I've got the Pagona, if I can detangle the yarn. I have the Stripe Study Shawl, and I've got the Colour Affection at some stage. I have the Lighthouse Keeper's Wife, which I really want to get done. We've had a couple of cooler evenings. One evening I've got a polar fleece type jacket that I put on out here outside. It was chilly. I thought it was chilly. It got down to 23 degrees, 24 degrees Celsius. To me that was chilly. And I needed comfort. I needed to be warm. And I tried my shawl for a bit and it wasn't big enough. So I need a big shawl, like a Stripe Study Shawl. I also thought about doing the Lighthouse Keeper's Wife, so I will do that. That should be a fairly quick knit on a 12-ply bulky weight at an open gauge, I'm hoping anyway. The other thing I thought I'd do now, seeing it is the end of March and the end of the first 3 months of the year, is update on my yearly goals. Now, I have knit over 5,000 yards this year, already in 3 months. Perhaps not a lot. However, last year in total, I was proud, I knit, I think, 5 or 6 kilometres, which is about 6,000 or 7,000 yards. So, yeah, whilst not having a job, does not agree with bank balances and things like that, it is great for knitting time. I'm getting quite a bit achieved, and I'm loving what I'm doing. I said early on, I think in episode 3, I've got my book here, I said I want to continue to enjoy and explore and love my knitting, which I'm doing. I wanted to do a stranded colour work hat, which I haven't done yet. I wanted to knit 6 pairs of socks, 6 toys, 6 shawls, 2 garments, and work from my cube. So far I have finished 3 pairs of socks. Now one was started last year, so I probably won't count that, but still. 3 shawls, 1 garment, and 1 softie or 1 toy. And for my queue, I've knit, let me see, I didn't look at that bit, but I can tell you of the projects I have knit this year. The mitts I knit yesterday from my queue, the ripples from my queue. That's about it. Okay, so perhaps I'm not doing so good on that aspect. Okay. That's something I need to work on. But still, my goals in knitting things, I think I'm going to definitely smash. I'm tentatively saying now I think I'll get 13 shawls in 2013, definitely, because I've got quite a few planned. And I'll definitely get more than 2 garments in, possibly 3 garments, and definitely more than 6 pairs of socks, possibly 9. Maybe not, we'll see. This week, Mum's coming up. She's going to be here for 3 nights. She actually won't be staying here because she says we don't have the room, it's inconvenient. Kick kids out of their bedrooms and stuff. So again, if I was able to convert downstairs, she'd be able to stay here. But she has a hotel club that she gets 3 nights accommodation with and things like that. And the kids love it because they can go and have breakfast at the hotel, which they really love. On Friday, it's the day Imogen flies out to Japan. Had a bit of a talk with Imogen on Thursday afternoon. She thought, Thursday morning, I had to take her to the uniform shop at school to get kitted out. She doesn't have a school jumper, she doesn't have a school vest, she had to try and organise a blazer. A blazers are usually only worn by senior kids in year 11 and 12, and she's in year 10. We didn't know you need a 3-month order time to order one, which is why they try and get kids in year 10 to order them at the end of the year. Because she's going overseas, she needs one because she's representing the school. She never needed a school jumper. She wears short sleeves. The kids here wear short sleeves all year round. They don't need them. I think in primary school we bought them jumpers. She didn't want a jumper. She didn't want a vest. The vest looks gorgeous over her uniform. She tried it on everyone, including her friend who she's going with, Cody, his mum. She was saying how good it looked. And she bought them for Cody. So he's got them too. I am going to soak the school jumper in soak and see if that helps, because she says it's prickly. It is a wool, but it's a super wash. So I'm thinking that soaking it in some soak or some hair conditioner or something will help soften it up. Because it's super wash, I might even put it through the washing machine with the soak and see if that helps. Try and get some of the scratchiness out of there. I don't know if it's lanolin or what it is, but it's something in there. And I've also got some job applications. There's a few jobs that have come up this week that I'm applying, in the process of applying for. I'm beyond holding out hope for anything. So I don't know. I think it's just a stage I'm going through. Apart from that, the sun seems to be going down. I thought it was back where I was. The sun's gone down behind the tree and the fence line, I think, which means it'll be getting dark here soon. Yeah, I think that's it. I've got all these little clips here today, so I'm not sure how long this episode's going to be, if it's long or if it's short. Next week, as I said, it probably may not be a Saturday recording, a Sunday recording, it may be a Monday recording. It may even be Saturday afternoon. It depends how I go, what I get done. And I've got Nick Group Saturday morning, which I'm really looking forward to. Apart from that, what's in the garden? I probably should do some help. I have a gorgeous goat and fig terrine in the stove for dinner, so I need to go and check on that. Hey Ninja, you want to come and say goodbye to everyone? Come on. Come on. Oh, yes, hello. Poor Ninja. Hey, look, you're going to say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Here you go. That's it. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. You say goodbye? You say goodbye? Look. Oh, there she is. Look at that tail go. Yes, I know. Okay, from Ninja, Mimel and me. Kids are with their dad this weekend. Yes, okay. Okay, yes, I'm here. Okay, yes, yes, okay. We're going to say Uru. Cheers. Bye.